It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out. Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Now Wilson on second down. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A give to McCoy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. Then he got off the end there. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gotta go. Run left. Good guys, 4 down.
He may try and run for this. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the first drive. And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a first down. Well, you want to talk about catching the defense off guard. Opening drive fake punt, they got it.
That had the total feel of something that was scripted during the entire week leading up to the game. They made that decision probably on Tuesday. First drive of the game, if we don't get it, we're going to fake it, and it pays off in a big way.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They go play action now. Wilson. On the left side, he finds Beasley. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And only a yard this time as he's taken down.
And will take the bait and move laterally and open up.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But
with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Tempo.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So they get 3 certainly. Play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Man, you gonna give me that?
Yellow.
Nice.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field.
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
Got him.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Vikings send out their punter. Back deep here, Marcus Murphy. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LeSean McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Throwing is Wilson. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. More from Minneapolis after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Check 50, check 50.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he finds Beasley, complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. To throw is Wilson. Caught on the right side by Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Wilson will throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, Wilson. And the grab by Croft. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Man, this game boring.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Hauschka's kick is good. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone.
He might be gone.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Over the middle, complete. That's Gibson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Cousins on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Cousins now. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. Extra point right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They go play action here on first down. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he was at Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game.
LaShawn McCoy off to the races. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills are in for 6.
It's all right. Good play.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion, because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Listen to me. We're going. We're going. Let's go.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Let's go.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibson. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Yellow.
A second down throw for Cousins. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Cousins again. Steps away to his left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Do your dance.
Bailey now to kick this one away.
Gonna go for a 2-point
That'll be
conversion
taken in
against
the end
two-point
zone.
king.
And he'll probably
Awesome.
wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Get it, baby. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He hits Beasley right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Here's Wilson to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Looking at this situation, if they get a field goal out of this, it helps. But a touchdown would really help into going to secure the victory.
You know what I'm thinking right here? In the West Coast offense, in their parlance, every time they throw the football, they say you're either throwing it for a touchdown or a check down. In this case, it's either taking time off the clock or getting that touchdown that really puts you in firm control. I think they'll go either way on this one.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bills' offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series. And because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Play action. Now Wilson. And that's complete to Croft. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
95.
He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st. On 1st down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now Wilson on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They start the drive with Cook, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
All right, now here we go. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Cousins now from the 50, looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Knight. Buying time to his left. And shutting him off now open field. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Black.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A give. This is Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
They'll run with Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Backup quarterback. Y'all rude.
He's going to get it running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Throwing his Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1-2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, oh.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Get him out.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Play action. It's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing here, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Cousins on first down. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit. Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the season.
One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protect.
Similar to a that way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.